Good day from Newcastle, New South Wales, and it is a Sunday morning here in the land down under, and I thought I would do a walk and talk video and bring you along. And not only is it a Sunday morning, but it is a brisk Sunday morning, and you'll probably get that impression as you see some of the folks in the video wearing wool caps and various jumpers and what have you. But I'm going to do a little walk and talk, and just I'm on my way over to Merewether Beach, and I thought I'd just put together some video for you as I take my morning walk here, and just give you an idea as to what it would be like here on this is almost winter here in Newcastle. And the walk over to Merewether Beach is probably about it's going to be a good 40-minute walk or something. And I thought that I would just share the walk with you for those of you that might want a distraction from everything else that's going on out there in the world. So let's go start by reaching the beach. Good day from Newcastle, New South Wales, and it is a Sunday morning here in the land down under, and I thought I would do a walk and talk video and bring you along. And not only is it a Sunday morning, but it is a brisk Sunday morning, and you'll probably get that impression as you see some of the folks in the video wearing wool caps and various jumpers and what have you. But I'm going to do a little walk and talk, and just I'm on my way over to Merewether Beach, and I thought I'd just put together some video for you as I take my morning walk here, and just give you an idea as to what it would be like here on this is almost winter here in Newcastle. And the walk over to Merewether Beach is probably about it's going to be a good 40-minute walk or something. And I thought that I would just share the walk with you for those of you that might want a distraction from everything else that's going on out there in the world. So let's go start by reaching the beach. And this is the scene that you might see if you were down here on a Sunday morning here at Newcastle. There is a little cafe, if you will. I think it's a cafe called the Kiosk at the beach. And you're gonna have to forgive me a little bit because I don't have my gimbal, so the quality of the video might be a little bit jumpy. But I will try my best to hold my hand a little bit steadier than that wagging tail you see on that little furry friend down there. But just up here they've got, I think it's called the Newcastle the kiosk at the Newcastle beach. And here you would get yourself I'd imagine you'd probably get yourself like a long black or maybe a donut. See what they've got on the menu. Little gal getting a sweet right there. So what you can get yourself some banana bread with butter and some smashed avocado toast, ham and cheese toast, rolls. So business as usual down here. What do they got up here? Alright, fantastic. What a nice morning. Quite the contrast to me. I've been for the last few weeks, I've been just up in a tiny little town. So for me, it's quite a contrast to where I've been, to come down and find myself amongst so many people here in the city center. One interesting thing that really stands out is there's just no shortage of surfers. You see, there's some guys here. I don't know if they're coming or going. I think they're coming in from a morning out on the water here. But I'm gonna come down to the and actually go and walk in the sand a little bit. I'm wearing my sneakers, so I might get some sand in my shoes, but that's okay. And just over there is that's the beach. That's the pool. That's where people swim in the pool. Mr. Graham. That's where he goes swimming in the mornings. But look at the surf. And just walk along, and people are just kind of chilling and enjoying a nice, well, that's cool late autumn day here in Newcastle. I don't know what these little ones are doing up here. Are they kind of making they're collecting the seaweed and making a little tree or something like that with all of the seaweed here. But all right, so I'm just gonna go walk along, and not too far up is actually another swimming hole called Bogey Hole, if I'm not mistaken, which is another pool where you can go swimming. There comes a surfer here. Maybe I should take up surfing. All right, on with the walk and talk. I'm just a little further up, and you know what? Talking about contrast, here's a couple guys going out to swim in their skinnies, just heading out to the surf, and everybody else is wearing wool caps and what have you. But coming up along the walk here on my way over to Merewether, I'm coming to I guess this is well, it's a skate park, and I don't see anybody skating at the moment. Well, there's a gentleman that just went by skating. And here's some graffiti. You know, you don't, in most of the places that I've traveled, you don't see necessarily a lot of graffiti. But you get into the cities such as this one, you know, some of the spots that I was at up in the Blue Mountains, you might have some graffiti. But by and large, most of the places that I've visited don't really have the graffiti that you might see in the bigger cities, such as you're seeing right here. I'm not too far from what I think is called Bogey Hole, and I think I did a drone shot over Bogey Hole when I was here the last time. But just coming up, boy, the surf. And I don't think this is necessarily a big surf right here. I think it's a great surf for those on the boards, but compared to some of the surf that I've seen on the news here along the coast of New South Wales, I think this is rather tame. Just up away, I thought I'd stop and turn around. They say hindsight is 20/20, and there is your view of Newcastle Beach, where I just was just shortly ago, and I'm on my way now over to Bogey Hole, and I'm on this walkway going up, and that I'm not sure if we'll get to see Bogey Hole or not without me actually having to walk down to it, but we will see, as the saying goes. All right, Bogey Hole. I've been here before, and this is the swimming hole, and I'd be surprised if there's actually anybody swimming here, but who knows? Oh, there are. Look at this. there are some folks braving the water here at Bogey Hole. There's a couple swimmers down there, and that's just that's seawater. You can see. Look at that. The last time I was here, the surf was a little bit bigger, but the seawater just comes in and fills the pool, as you see. Look at that. What a nice coastline. And you'll see these swimming holes all over the coast of New South Wales, where people come and just they can swim. Isn't that something? Here's another view of Bogey Hole. You can see the pool just down there and the wave about to crash up into it. Oh goodness. I wonder if the swimmers are still in the water or not. But you know, as I walk along the coastline here, no shortage of folks that take advantage of these trails. Off in the far distance, you can see where I started in the Newcastle beach. But you've got these wonderful paths, and people just walk and bike and what have you. In my case, walk and talk on the trails. Really is a nice little spot in this world. I found my way just up to Shepherd's Hill Complex is what they call this. I'd imagine that this is some type of a military fortress or bunker or something like that. And I'll just I'm not going to walk through it, but I'll show you the outside of it. You can see. And there's a little information card up here. You could probably just as easily look this up on Google, I'm sure. But Shepherd Hill, the Shepherd Hill complex is unique in Australia for housing during 1942. All three services at one time. A fortress observation post, Army coordinated the guns, etc. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there you have it. All right, not that you wouldn't see something like this in America, but I'm just walking along, and this is kind of a good illustration as to what the people are like down here. It's kind of like just on the middle of a street here. You've got this little thing here where you can drop off a book or pick up a book, and isn't that nice? I can't tell you the last time that I read a book, but probably wasn't all that long ago. So I'm not too far from reaching Merewether. I don't believe. All right, I found my way to a rather special place here. This is the Anzac Walk, I think they call it, the Memorial Walk, and this is the Bridge Boardwalk, and they have different tributes, I think you would call it, or memorials to those that gave their lives. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Anzac is something that is referenced by both New Zealand and Australia. I think it's a joint phrase, if you will, or a joint term, or whatever it is you want to call it. And I can do a little turn here and give you a view of the skyline of Newcastle. And temperature's warmed up just a little bit, which is nice. Here you see some sheet metal cutouts with the names of some different soldiers. Over here it looks like you got some sailors there. Very nice. I just got a phone call from the ever so lovely Denise, who actually happens to live in Merewether, and she's gonna meet me for a coffee and a little chat, and maybe go show me another spot that I perhaps hadn't seen before. And I'm coming up on Merewether, and look at that view. Isn't that nice? As I'm walking along and I looked at the term, I saw the name Anzac, and it's an acronym, and I believe, I'm not a rocket science, but A would be for Australia, and Z would be for New Zealand, and then AC, maybe that's Armed Corps, Australia, New Zealand Armed Corps, or something like that. But I'm sure that wouldn't be too hard to Google it and find out, but that would be my guess. Australia, New Zealand Armed Corps. Very nice. What a nice way to spend a Sunday morning. On my way down to Merewether, I thought I would just take a moment and show you some of the homes that you might see here along the waterfront. There's a nice home with some wonderful windows. There's another place there, Beach View, 76 Beach View. Little sign in the window downstairs saying that Black Lives Matter, and they do. Black lives do matter, just as well as all other lives. Life is precious. Now I don't know if Denise and Graham have some oceanfront property such as you see here, but these are some nice units. I found my way down to looks like a vantage point here. Nice circular area where you could probably come and watch the sunrise. So mostly you're going to catch sunrises on this side of Australia, although I was staying at Soldiers Point the other day and I had a nice view across the water facing west, and that gave me a nice perspective of the sun going down over Port Stephens. But here's Merewether, folks. Destination reached, and there is no shortage of people out in the water, as you can see. Just a lot of surfers, and the surf here is actually a little bit calmer than it was over at Newcastle Beach. And if you look closely, there's a gentleman swimming right down here in the water, doing his laps. So, all right, I'm gonna go down and see if I can't find myself a bite to eat. Well, I've reached the beach, Merewether Beach, and what a contrast this is to all the visions that I see on the telly, as they would call it. And I'm going to see if I can't find myself a long black, also known as a black coffee. So there's a little cafe just up here, I believe. And boy, look at this. There are just no shortage of people in the water. No shortage at all. Just a day on the beach. Here you see some surfers heading down into the water here. I'd imagine that's got to be a lot of fun going out there on your surfboard. And then just up here, I think, is where I could get myself some brekkie. I think that's what the Aussies call it, brekkie. So probably get something along as well as brekkie. You could probably get yourself some fish and chips and what have you. I'm sure. I see you can get some. Oh, they've got everything. They've got brekkie and tacos and burgers and the whole 9 yards, as you might say. So, just sitting here having a nice chat. See somebody reading a book. Here's a seagull kind of just hanging out, waiting for the next freebie. Oh, got a little bit camera shy, perhaps. Wonderful. All right. So Denise should be along here shortly, and she'll said she wants to share something with me, so we will see. All right, I very easily could have gone for the bacon and eggs, but I opted for the toast with the avocado and what does that look like? Sunflower seeds, and maybe those are pumpkin seeds or something, with a hint of lime and a long black, and the surf. No turf, just a little brekkie with surf. All right, so from the beach to the bush, I guess, and this is where the ever so lovely Denise has brought me, and where this is Glenrock, huh?
It is.
And what are we going to see up here?
We're looking at Merewether Beach, so this is where all the hang gliders take off from.
The hang gliders, okay. So I was actually waiting for you. I thought I was waiting for you at Merewether Beach, but I wasn't. I was at Bar Beach, right?
At the wrong place.
I was at the wrong place. So anyway, I wanted to get back for you for that whole fish incident that we had a weekend or two ago.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember the whole
Fish.
yeah, exactly. But look at this. It actually looks like a putting green. It looks like you could come down here with some golf balls and just do that.
South.
Wow, look at that. Did you ever watch the American TV show Seinfeld?
Yes.
Did you? Did you ever see the episode? Wasn't it where Kramer was hitting golf balls into the ocean or something, and it got stuck in a whale or something like that?
Well, every opportunity.
Yeah.
The whales are out there.
Look at this, folks. Boy, what a great spot to end a Sunday walk and talk. Oh, this isn't real grass. No, this isn't. Huh? This is where the hang gliders come? Look at this. Wow. This is really something else. How beautiful is this? Holy cow. This is nice. Boy, thank you for bringing me up here. Look at this. I'll be damned. Fantastic. Oh, and there's folks going down. They're walking down to the beach.
It's not patrolled now.
Incredible.
Good spot to see some whales.
Wow. Now, do Graham and you ever come out here for a picnic? Do you ever come out and sit at this point and have a nice little picnic?
Actually,
You have not done that? Or you?
no.
No.
I've done the walk down through the water.
I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to say, what's wrong with you, mate? You know, you got a beautiful lady like Denise, and you're not bringing her out to this beautiful spot and laying down a blanket with some cheese and crackers and all that. Oh my goodness gracious! All right, folks. Anyway, there's your Sunday walk and talk. Oh goodness gracious! Have a wonderful day.